Hi, I'm Kevin, and welcome back to Tractors and Life. So there's going to be a lot in this video. I think you guys are going to enjoy it. As you can see, I'm still one-armed. So I'm going to show you my fueling system and not having to lift those heavy 5-gallon cans. Oh, and by the way, you like steak? Stay tuned in this episode. I'm going to share with you a little secret that I learned a number of years ago about making a great ribeye steak. Really grateful that you joined us. Oh, by the way, a little housekeeping. We are really working real hard to grow this channel. If you like what you see, if you like this type of content, we sure would love to have you as a subscriber, and a thumbs up is always greatly appreciated. And we do thank those of you that have subscribed to our channel. It means an awful lot to us. It really does. Hey, let's get to work. So here in just a few moments, my buddy's going to be here. He rolls the lawn for me every year. And every year when we roll, we get a lot of comments, which are accurate, that it's not good for the lawn to roll it. It's kind of the antithesis of aerating the lawn because you kind of compress the turf grass. But I really have two issues here. One is the frost heave, and it makes the lawn very bumpy. The other is, so this is the garden, and when I'm putting soil in the garden, I'm coming from this area here around the barn, and it's not going to pick up on the video, but it is super bumpy because when I put the soil in, it's spring and the grass is wet, and the tractor weight just causes ruts, and what happens is the mower kind of rides up and down the ruts and kind of scalps it in spots. So that's another reason that we have it rolled. So he'll be here shortly. I believe it's a 3,000-pound machine. Does a real good job. He'll roll 90% of the property, and it's just part of the spring ritual. Hey, as you know, we've always encouraged viewers to send us pictures of their property and their equipment. Well, this is Wayne and his gator, and Wayne tells me that it is just wonderful for him in the springtime and getting a lot of work done, always dependable. Yeah, who doesn't love a gator? And then there's Rob. Rob has a deer, and he wanted a cab, so he purchased a Curtis cab and installed it himself. tells me he saved a ton of money, and he's going to look forward to the heated cab in the wintertime. And yeah, Rob, it looks just great. I'm also encouraging new YouTubers to send me some clips of their channel. And this is Tom's Tiny Tractor. Look him up. Check his channel out. He's featuring this Coyote, which is just a wonderful tractor, and all the work that he does on his property, both spring, summer, and winter. So when you get a moment, check out Tom's Tiny Tractor. Really, really interesting channel, diverse content. And well, yeah, Tom just does a great job. Yeah, check him out and support his channel. Subscribe to him, give him some thumbs up, and let's help the young creators. I can make a steak with one arm tied behind my back. Yeah, for something totally different. It's Father's Day, and you know, for Mother's Day, like a lot of people, I guess, you know, I always take Tess out and celebrate Mother's Day. She doesn't even ask me anymore about where I want to go. It's what I want her to cook, because like a lot of guys, I want to be home. Gorgeous day, U.S. Open on, and I'm going to do some steaks. So what I want to show you is, and very quickly, a method that I learned quite some time ago. I don't know if anybody remembers Longhorn Steakhouse that used to be around for quite some time. They made fantastic steaks, and one day I met the chef, and he gave me a little secret that I want to share with you today. So hope you guys are hungry. If not, I think you may get hungry after you see this. So let's have some fun on Father's Day. So like anything else in life, you're only as good as your tools. This Weber grill, we bought this about 8 years ago, and it is sat right here every day of the year, including through the winter, and there's not a bit of rust on it. What I love about the Weber, in addition to the durability, is the high temperature that you can gain. And when you're cooking steaks, having a super high temperature to sear those steaks is absolutely critical. So steaks are like a lot of things in life. You know, everybody's got their preference. You know, is it porterhouse, T-bone, filet? We love ribeye. And we like ribeye because it's marbled, you've got fat in it, and that's what gives it its flavor. You know, filet or tenderloin, you know, there's almost no fat in it. So to really get it flavorful, usually there's a sauce or something along with it to kind of flavorize the meat, because there's not a whole lot of strong flavor in tenderloin. So that's what we're gonna cook today, and we're gonna use the Longhorn Steakhouse method. All right, so here's what we're gonna be using. This is melted butter, and in there is a shot of lemon juice and some seasoned salt. And of course, here's the star of the show, ribeyes. You could see Tess took care of me, got me a bigger one. They've already been seasoned with Montreal seasoning. If you've never used it, it's fantastic. On both sides, of course, and olive oil. Yeah, I seasoned these probably about 6 hours ago, you know, hopefully infusing the meat. And then, the most important tool, because it is Father's Day, yeah, right here. So this is why I love this Weber so much, especially for making steaks. You see, we're about 660 degrees. And the reason that that's obviously so important is I want to get a good sear on these steaks. So just took the steaks out of the refrigerator. We're going to give them about 30 minutes to get closer to room temperature. And we're going to put them on. So the flames are okay. I want to get a little bit of a crust on the backside, the side that's down right now. So now, get a little bit of this butter going. What I'm going to do is 3 of these steaks, I'm going to do a medium rare, and the other 2 more of a medium to well. Tess and my middle daughter likes them a little bit more well done. So now what you can do is you can delay putting the medium rares on, but the problem is I've got this grill so hot now that it's going to sear beautifully. So what I'm going to do is actually reverse of that, is in a few minutes I'm going to pull off the medium rare steaks, leave them off, cook the other 2 remaining steaks a little bit more, and then put the others back on and finish them all together. Now because the grill was so hot, I've already got some lines on there. So now I'm going to give it a quarter turn. Kind of get that X pattern going. And I don't mind the flame, but I don't want it concentrated too long on any one steak. But what'll happen is the olive oil burns off, the flames will go down. But I am going to be continuing to sauce them with the butter sauce, so we're going to get flames throughout the process. But that's okay. So what we're looking for is kind of a little bit of a crust on the outsides, but inside retaining the juice. That's why we're searing it at this high temperature, so that we get a perfect medium rare on the inside. Now I got to start moving them. All right, now I've got my crust, so now they're going off. If you don't already know, when you're touching the steak, this is medium rare, this is medium. That's the best way. Now you can temp them if you want. I never do. The little hand trick works pretty good. All right, fire is dying down. So now I'm going to put on the steaks that are going to be more well done. All right, so we'll cook those a little bit and then return the other steaks to the grill. If you go to a really good steakhouse where they're cooking on an actual fire, this is what you're going to see. You're going to see flame. You're going to see the chef moving the steaks around to keep it out of the direct flame, you know, for not, so that you don't get it, you don't want them burned. You want a crust, you don't want them burned. So that's my steak secret. You know, if you don't like them with a crust on, obviously you can do some indirect cooking on them. But what you're gonna find when you cut into these steaks, because they're seared properly, they're extremely juicy. And of course that butter basting helps quite a bit too. Well, for the first time in a month, no sling, so the healing process begins. But I still can't really do much with this arm, so having this fueling system is absolutely critical for me right now. So let me show you what I do. As you saw a little bit ago, my son went to the Indian reservation and gassed up. Well, I tell you, it was expensive. Between the regular gas that I got and the diesel, I think we were about $250. So, but let me show you my transfer process and just how simple this is. All right, so this is the, if you've watched our channel, you've seen this before. This is the 32-gallon Black Horse Racing fuel transfer tank. And I absolutely love this. It's got a 12-volt battery, so when I'm gonna fill the tractor, I just simply hook this up to the battery. It's got a high-quality hose nozzle with an automatic on and off, which is great. But what I do when I'm bringing bulk diesel in is I always add my additive first. So what I use is this, and that's mostly associated with wintertime use, but you know, I don't know if there's gonna be fuel left in here for winter, so I just go ahead and treat it ahead of time. And I'm just gonna dump this in the tank. And then what I'm using is this 110 volt transfer pump. So it's got a suction line and a return line, obviously. So this is the supply line, which will go right into the tank. And then I'll start to go 5 gallons at a time. And you'll see it's really pretty quick. It really is. So this is the suction line. And I've got this stake on here. It's part of a snow plowing stake, just so the line doesn't curl in the bottom. And then it's just a matter of turning the pump on. And just to give you an idea of the flow, if I can do it without making a mess, you can see that there. It's pretty good flow. And then all I'm doing is going can by can. I'll kind of speed this up so you guys don't have to watch that total thing. And then I've got the tank full, and this is on wheels, so you can move it all around the shop or up to any piece of equipment. Really, really simple. Now that was real time. You can hear the change in the motor. This is just about empty. So that's 2 down and about half of this third. All right, so the Garvey's got a little over 10 gallons in it, and then the tanks are back in their home. What I do is empty tanks I turn in, so I know that at a glance I've got 10 gallons of fuel left. And of course, I use non-ethanol. Non-ethanol for everything. Yeah, that fueling system, it just works great for me. It really does. It's to the point, really, the only time that I would have to lift the 5-gallon cans is coming from the gas station, you know, bringing them into the barn. You know, and if I had to, I could use the tractor bucket for that. Really works well. Hey, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for joining us. God bless you all, and we'll see you next time on Tractors in Life.